this you can see. So the rules tab open. This is the ID. What is the message? Null value variable marked as a this message we got it. It description is the explanation if you can see. The required variables where core attribute is required cannot be null for any records. This is the check. Okay. It means okay. You know that based on the core, what is the classification for SDTM variables?
Required expected permissions.
So what is the required?
It should not be null value.
Should not have null values.
So should not have null value. This is you already know, right? So but when what you created the data set, there will be 47 records. A record value is null. It means it is a issue. So then this issue might be your programming inefficiency, or it might be a data issue. So you have to go back and check that you have created the program whether it is fine or not. So if the program is looking fine, you go and check in the raw data. In the raw data set, the raw variable is missing, then obviously it's a data issue. You go back and then ask the data management people, this is the issue. You have to raise a so and so record, so and so particular variable is missing. This is what is expected. So please rectify. So that you have to go back and investigate. Okay, it means this is the one of the check. And the next, if you can see here, the second one. So no qualifier set to y when the A is serious. Okay, this is nothing but, okay, if you can remember, we have a, when the serious variable yes, later there will be 5 to 6 variables, either one of the variable you have to select y. If you remember congenital anomaly or birth defects or hospitalization, fatal, there are 5-6 responses. If the serious issue is serious, then one issue should be selected y. But there is a one record, the serious AE serious is the y, but the no qualifiers were set to y. It means out of those 5 responses, all are the missing. But whenever they check the AE seriousness is the yes. So there is a issue, right? So this issue there for one record. So again you go back and check that for the particular record why this issue is there. Again it is the data issue or your programming issue. So it's a programming issue, go back and update. If it is a data issue, you are going to raise a rate request. So for example, this third record is that AE start date is after the latest disposition date. So can anyone explain what is this check?
The AE reported was after the disposition date, which is wrong. It should be prior to disposition date.
That's correct, absolutely correct. So basically the disposition date is nothing but a subject disposition from the study. Technically the subject is no more in the study. Then how it can be reported as adverse event after the disposition date? Okay, so that is the issue. As per the CD standard, it's cannot acceptable. Okay, but in real time sometimes it may happen. So that you go back and check first. It is a programming issue. Most of the cases it will not be a programming issue. You go back and check the data, raw data. Then your disposition date is less than your AE start date. Then this issue will come. So you are going to raise a data issue. Okay. So in that cases, the data in the site level, they go back, check in, and they will provide the response. Sometimes this might be happen really. So there what happened in some scenarios, what happened, for example, subject is discussion from the study. So he went to the home. After 2 weeks, okay, he got some adverse event. So again, he worried and then he come to the site and then inform to the principal investigator. Then the principal investigator writes some descriptions and then some particular prescription and then he want to check that what happened and then some assessment might be done. So though that data might be entered in the database. The adverse event related, concomitant, or if there are any assessment. So obviously after the disposition, this data is entered means this will be the greater dates. So this kind of issue. In that case, the site level will provide the proper issue, what happened in the study level, the site level. So the dose justification you have to provide it here, okay? The sponsor, even though for the FDA also you have to provide the justification for these things. So what happened exactly in the study. So then the model permissible variable added into the standard domain. So the basically a model permissible means okay, some of the permissible variables like epoch. Okay, epoch cannot be used for each and every domain, but in the real time some people will keep it of most of the domains. That kind of scenario will get this issue. So but this will be a warning. Okay, here you can provide as per the study requirement or sponsor requirement we have added it. You can provide a justification. So remember, whenever it going to the submission for the regulatory authority the study, your P20 report should be clean. It means clean means you should not have any errors in your P21. That is expected. If you have any error by mistake or anything, So that you have to provide a proper justification. That justification is taken from the approval from the sponsor. Every stakeholder should be informed. Okay, what happened? So, okay, and the warnings also should be considered as a serious issue. Then you should fix the warnings. If it's not fixed and then proper, you have the proper justification, and then you provide the proper justification for the warnings as well. So likewise, if you consider each and every domain, you'll have the individual level issues. Okay, so whenever you run the P21 validation, these issues will come, and then you go back and check the each and every issue, and then update it, or there is a data issue, or you can provide a justification. Okay, so each and every delivery you have to run the P21 report and update accordingly, and then unresolved issues you have to provide a justification until you reach a final analysis. Each and every rerun you have to rerun and then keep it archived. So in the final analysis, you're supposed to be no errors, most of the cases no warning, but if you have the warning, it should be the proper justification. Okay, so is that clear so far? You have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So now we said that, okay, when we run the P21 issue, it will show the issues and all these things, the data set wise. And so for example, if you can see, this is the issue will be there in the AE code is missing for the 47 record. But here it is saying that A series is Y, then the corresponding qualifier should be no. But out of, I mean, you will have 200 or 300 or 500 or 5,000 or 5 lakhs, 1 crore or 2 crore records in the particular data set. But these record, which record is you having issue, how you can find it? But this is a simple, whenever you go and filter the data and then the AD code is missing, you will get that. So, but each and everything we cannot do like that, right? But in the details tab, if you go and check in the details tab, that will show the which record, which subject, which sequence number is missing for that. Okay, you need to copy this message and then go back to the details tab. Okay, here you have all the details. Okay, you can apply the filter here and then select the message, and you can paste it here. For example, it's not copied. Okay, this one. Yeah, if you can filter this. Okay, we said that how many records? 47. These are the 47 records we will have. If you can see, this is the data. Okay, so the value is null, and then this one. Okay, if you can see the record 1, 2, 3, 4, the record number here. Okay, 47. For example, okay, this issue you will find it. Yeah. So if you can see, this AE start date is after the latest disposition. This issue is for this subject. Okay, the variables is U subject ID, AE STD etc. So what is the U subject ID? This is the U subject ID. Okay, this is the U subject ID, and the date is the 2006-205. So this is the issue. So if you go back and then open the adverse event dataset, filter this subject, and then you will get this issue. So you can check this date, and then okay, this is the issue is having the problem, and then you have to go back and check. Okay, it means which are the particular record, or which are the all records you will have the issues. The details you will get in the details tab for the each and every issue. So whatever listed in the particular issue summary tab, the domain wise, those issues will come here. Okay, so you go back and then open one by one and then check that. Okay, so if you can see this, okay, it will show the variable name and then what is the value, and sometimes okay, it will show the like U subject ID or what, everything it will show. Okay, so then the last tab is the rule tab. Rule tab is nothing but if you go and check the issue summary, you will have the Pinnacle 21 ID. So this Pinnacle 21, each and every ID will have a one unique check. Okay, what all are the checks you have for the particular version of the P21? So all the checks will come here. Okay, these are the checks. Okay, if you can see, each and every check will have the what is the check message. Okay, what is the message it will come in the P21, what is the particular description with that particular check, and then particular Pinnacle ID, and then what is the category, what is the severity, whether it is error or warning or it's not. Okay, it will show like this. So this is the P21 validation. So this is very, very important. Okay, most of the interviews sometimes they might ask the question about your P21 validation, how we are going to the P21, you have to explain all this. Okay, So this is called the P21 validations. Okay. In this way, we can make sure that we have created the CDISC standard data sets. Okay. So yeah, if you missed something from the CDISC point of view, you will get the issues here. So based on these issues, you can go back and rectify that issue. That's it for today. Is that clear for everyone? Do you have any?
Sir, this thing, both the programmer, that means the primary programmer and the validator, both the people have to do, right?
So the basically the simple. For example, okay. Basically, the lead programmer can run the P21 validation. When the P21 validation report is placed in a study level, the production programmer go back and then check that these issues. If it's a data issue, he has to raise a data issue. Okay, there in that case, the programmer no need to update anything. If it's a programming issue, the production programmer needs to update and inform to the validator or QC programmer. So I have updated based on the P21 check, and then you go back and validate this one. So validator also go back and check this issue, and then he will update accordingly, and then he will validate again. Something like that. Okay.
Okay. So both the people.
Yeah, both the people should need to address the issues, but the primary is the production programmer. So whenever he is updated something, and then he needs to inform to the QC programmer, and the QC programmer needs to update again. He or she need to revalidate it.
Okay, sir. And they both will be writing the code not together. They will be doing that
Independent coding. Obviously, the production needs to create the production programmer, and the QC needs to create the QC program. There will be different folders itself. Okay, sometimes some of the companies, even the production programmer folder you cannot access as a QC, vice versa. So actually, some particular organization will have the what we can say version control. Okay, whenever you open any particular folder, that will be logged in. Okay, so it is we can say in the programming language, if the production programmer cannot see the QC programmer cannot see the production program. If someone refer the same and then did some copy coding, and then this might leads to they can remove your job as well.
Okay.
That much serious issue is the programmer should create a independent program.
Accidentally, it can happen, no sir. Same code can be written by.
Same code. How you can the same code?
No, not exactly. Not all the code, but there will be matching, right?
I mean, basically some sorting, some particular merge. This might be matching, but everything cannot match, right? But when you can see the programming pattern and then look, you can easily identify. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about that. Okay, you need to complete it in the different. But whenever you compare the things, you can identify easily whether it is copied or whether you have created your own.
So by seeing the log window, we can identify easily.
Sorry.
By seeing the log window, we can easily identify errors, coding errors.
Which coding errors?
No, just comparing the two data sets. Production data sets and valid data sets.
How you can see them? I mean, no, basically the not log itself. Okay, so for example, some of the company will have the version control. The version control means the production program. If you open the QC program, that will be have a one entry here. Okay, so it's a programmer with his employee ID open this program. Everything will be logged into there. Thus kind of the some version controls will be there in market. You got it? But not always have the each and every company.
But when these two codes are compared or verified, sir, like compared.
I mean, basically this routine cannot do every time, or then accidentally sometimes they might do the audits, or if there are an issue. For example, okay, as a lead programmer, okay, he identified one of the issue in the demographic. So when he checked that, okay, the production programmer did the mistake. But how come the QC program did the same mistake? You got it? So, for example, mistake can do the anyone, but the same mistake cannot do the both programmers.
Yeah.
So, if the same mistake did the both programmers, then the lead programmer can have a benefit of doubt that he go back and open the programs and then both check. If both are similar, then someone is copied from the each other. Then that may be the issue. Okay.
Okay, but that is not my doubt, sir. Actually, this primary production programmer will be writing a code, and the validator QC person will be writing a code, right? These two will be compared.
Not code. I mean, the code will not compare. Data sets we can compare.
Only data sets will be compared. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. And also, like, the time frames are how much time will be like
It depends on the trial, it depends on the requirement, it depends on the urgence, okay. So, but basically, when you have the 3 to 4 years of experience, okay, but generally, one SGTM moderate data set is not easy, it's not tough. You will get that 4 hours to complete everything.
4
It's
hours?
yeah, if you have the like complex, then it might be the 8 to 12 hours, depend on the data. So the simple data set is also 2 to 3 hours. Okay, on average you can find that 4 to 6 hours for the one data set.
Okay. All the tables, right, sir? Whatever. And,
I mean,
as
the
per IT,
program.
all the
Yeah,
entire.
I mean, you have to create complete data set and then you have to validate it and then fix the mismatches and then everything included.
In just 4 hours.
Yeah, that is more than enough actually. It's not a very small time. It's more than enough. It's a moderate data set. 4 to
So
6
can you
hours.
explain on details? I mean, what is the daily activity of the SAS programmer? Morning, evening, breakfast.
Okay, yeah. In one of the class, I will explain. Okay.
Yes.
The roles and responsibility, I will explain. Okay. Just remind me later, then definitely I'll explain. Okay. It will take some time. Sure. I'll explain it. So, is there any questions from anyone?
No, sir.
Yeah, if no questions, I think we can close the call. Yeah, thank you everyone. So we'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.